So ain't nobody gonna perform for Donald Trump, huh? I'm waiting. I'm gonna roast the out one of you Uncle Tom for doing it. Which one of you gonna do it first?
If somebody else, according to you, Snoop, if somebody else was to perform, they a coon. And now that he does it,
it's all good in the hood.
It's all good. Like
that is kind of whack, and it's kind of spineless.
Wow, yippee yo, yippee yeah. What's good people? Welcome to the Get Busy Podcast with your boy Izzy.
That's B. Jones.
And we in here.
One more again.
What's good, baby?
Man, everything, yo. Everything, man. Life is
Really?
good, man. Yeah.
Well, that's great. Tell us about some of that goodness going on in your life.
Man, just kids doing good, family's good, just moving forward, man. The business is going good. It's, we got an opportunity for a lot of, big things happening with that. So
a lot of warm cups.
You know what I'm saying?
A lot of warm samples. Liquid gold.
It's real sometimes when people ask me what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? And as I was talking to one dude, he's like, oh, basically you're cock watching. I was like,
wow. That's pretty brash, sir.
It's borderline vulgar, but
yeah.
I'm dancing on the edge today. What can I say, man?
I see. Well, that's
but
good.
it does suck though.
Does it?
It won't once I start paying other people to do it.
Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha. No, I feel you. Yeah, man. Life is good over here. Going through a lot of things. But life just when you go through trials makes you depend on God more, which is a good thing. So, we just that's what we're doing over here, man.
Yeah. All right. Man, this reminds me of an old school. I know it's a little secular, but it's an old school Outcast lyrics. It says trials and tribulations make you stronger, live longer, or something like that. Anyway, that's it.
What's up. Shout out to Outcast. So it's good, man. What we going to talk about today?
So, man, man, we got a couple of things on the docket today, man. But the overall theme is like, how do we accept change in individuals, and then how do we judge like people? And so that's what my thought is. That's kind of where I want to go with it. Like those are two of the themes that I'm thinking about with this. Like, right? How do we accept change in a person? How do we accept a person's change?
Okay.
And then how do we judge people? You know what I mean?
Okay, that's a good angle. So, a lot of y'all probably heard controversy surrounding, in particularly, Snoop Dogg performing at the Donald Trump inauguration party. Whereas before, it seemed like he would never do that.
Yeah, to say the least. That's saying it lightly.
Yeah, and then 8 years later, things have changed.
Yep.
So we're going to get into this reaction video. Let's take a look. This is a clip from Entertainment Tonight covering the story.
About.
All right, here we go.
Out. Until you fall out.
There's plenty of fallout for Snoop Dogg after performing at Donald Trump's inauguration.
We agree to disagree a lot. For all the hate, I'm gonna answer it with love. Y'all can't hate enough on me. I love too much. We gotta learn to pick each other up instead of pulling each other down. All out. Till you ball out. Until you fall out.
There's plenty of fallout for Snoop Dogg after performing at Donald Trump's inauguration.
We agree to disagree a lot, and it ain't always on the same page. Get your life right. Stop worrying about mine. I'm cool. I'm together. Still a black man. Still 100% black.
The rapper speaking out on Instagram after reportedly losing over 500,000 followers on the platform.
Wow.
The move triggered by angry fans who aren't cool with Snoop performing for 47.
We gotta learn to pick each other up instead of pulling each other down. That's what we great at as black people. We great at tearing each other down. You could be up 1 minute and they'll try to pull you down the next.
Online critics also calling out the rapper's change of heart from 2017, when Snoop condemned anyone appearing at Trump's first presidential celebration.
So ain't nobody gonna perform for Donald Trump, huh? I'm waiting. I'm gonna roast the out one of you Uncle Tom.
Wow.
Which one of you gonna do it first?
While Snoop's the one now getting roasted in 2025, he's not feeling any heat amid the backlash.
I'm a strong black man. I'm cut from a different cloth. Can't tear me down. I'm one of God's child, one of his children, and I'm taking the load.
Another music star on the defense, Nelly, who along with Jason Aldean and Jewel were part of last week's bash in DC. The Ride With Me rapper telling CBS News it was just another day in Hollywood.
I mean, I've been catching haters my whole career, you know what I mean? Like, I always try to think forward. I always try to stay positive and think that what I'm doing is in the best interest of uniting.
Nelly uniting and Snoop Dogg showing love in the face of divided fans.
I'm gonna answer it with love. Y'all can't hate enough on me. I love too much.
Okay.
All right, man. So let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Because I got some opinions on it.
I mean, so there's a lot there. I think a lot of people, Trump's first go around, felt, similarly to how
Snoop felt.
Yeah, how he expressed himself. It's like, yo, this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? That was kind of the overarching sentiment of like everybody, especially black folks in America. You know what I mean? And probably Latin Americans too. And a lot of people, whatever. But I think a lot of things have changed, man, between now and then. And not that Donald Trump has really changed a lot, but I think that just in touching the pulse of people, looking at some of those voting numbers, looking at some of the stuff that took place, like it's a lot more people that was black folks specifically that was rocking with Trump this go around.
The second go around, yeah. Okay, so what do you think about Snoop and his current, performing at the inauguration party? And then what do you think about what he said about the criticism?
So one thing that I'm going to actually agree with him on is that, like, in our community, man, we're really good at tearing people down. And that's something that we do need to get better at. Like, we definitely do. You know what I mean? Lifting each other up, regardless of what's going on. You know what I mean? And I like what he said, about I'm just, too filled with love, stuff like that. That's fine. You know what I mean? But wow, to lose 500,000 followers, after that's, those are some daunting numbers. I didn't realize that was going to hit like that. Yeah. That's pretty real. And I know, a lot of those subscribers and stuff like that, I mean, these folks are getting paid off of these platforms.
Yeah. I don't know how all that works as far as like, I know the more subscribers, the more money, but I don't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
well, it's like views and watches and stuff. I mean, I'm not sure.
It's a lot of people. It's 500,000 people.
It's a lot of folks.
Snoop, he worth 100 million.
Yeah, he got the bread anyway. It's just wow,
Okay. So here's why I don't like it.
Okay.
I don't care about anybody's stance for either president. My thing was, if somebody else, according to you, Snoop, if somebody else was to perform, they a coon. They are whatever explicatives that he wanted to use. And now that he does it,
it's all good in the hood.
It's all good. Like you were tearing down black people back in 2017 when you made that video, or potentially anybody who did it, you were ready to tear them down. And he's done other interviews where he's talking, bad about Kanye and just other people who seem to support Trump. And so
it's like hypocrisy.
It's super hypocrisy to me. Now, I'm not even saying that you're not allowed to change your mind on something or turn a new leaf or have a different viewpoint. My problem with what he did, with his response, saying that black people tear, I'm all about love, I'm God's child. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, cool.
He could have addressed the previous though.
You could have addressed previously what you said.
Yep.
Because you're Snoop.
Yep.
So.
And you were already addressing it because the reason why you even made this response was because people were addressing it. Right. And so, yeah. And so you didn't come with any level of like clearing the air from before, apologies, or like, hey, my viewpoint has changed. Nothing like that. Just like I'm doing me, basically.
Yeah. I'm not even saying you have to apologize. I mean, you should. I feel like you should if you
just give an explanation of, something.
But like at least an explanation of like, hey, listen. This is what I know I said this, but this is how I feel about it now.
Exactly. That's what I meant by it. Not apology, but an explanation. That's exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So that's, to me, I don't like when people do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to switch it and act like that never happened.
Yep.
And then if you try to point that out, I'm going to try to switch it to this. Like, oh man, I'm trying to unite people in love. And I don't like that. And so to me, the lesson is, man, stop listening to all these rappers, bro. or any of these celebrities.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because like, look, presidents from both sides, they go find celebrities to endorse them because celebrities have influence.
Yep.
They don't know more than you. They're not experts in any area of politics, but because you like their song and
they got the platform.
They got a platform, you're going to automatically, they know that you're going to support whoever they support.
Yep.
Because, we're, a bunch of sheep. And so, Snoop, knowing that he has that type of influence,
right?
He knew that calling somebody a jigaboo or a coon or an MF or whatever you want to call them, that person, that's going to put heat on whoever it is that performed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when Chrisette Michele did it, Trump's first go around, like she basically killed her career because she performed.
It's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So, and that's just the world we live.
Too.
Right.
Not like, but she was like on her trajectory upward.
Yeah. She was she was really talented. Super. Her voice was very distinct. Man, I like Chrisette Michele, but it's just one of them things that happened. Like people got, especially during that time, it was so heated. And like all these other, like Spike Lee and these other celebrities, like they made sure that her career was done. So I don't like that he did that, but didn't address that he did that.
Yeah, it's called accountability. And it's also called integrity. You said you built from a different cloth, but what cloth is that though? You know what I mean?
Man, I don't know what cloth this.
Yeah,
any of these people are built from.
Yeah, it's entertainment, man. And at the end of the day, that's what it boils down to. It's like that, and seems like a ultimately just a selfish kind of mindset. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I think it's important to, man, just come up with your own opinions and do your own research.
Got to.
Stop listening to all these like influencers and people because you don't really know what's in their heart. Man. You know what I'm saying? They say one thing but live a totally different way. You know what I mean? So that's just how I feel about it.
There's too many people that don't take accountability for their own lives and they just latch onto the opinions of other people and rock with it. You know what I mean? And it's like, so you're just moving all over the place. There's no consistency. It's, this person said it because I like this person. Oh, this person felt this way because they, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But like, just in life in general, man, we got to take accountability for our lives.
Yeah.
Whether it's your fitness, whether it's your financial health or lack thereof, whether it's, political, whether it's your kids, whatever it is, you know what I mean? Not just because somebody else said so, like, because you actually have done the research, because you actually buy into and believe what it is that you're subscribing to.
Yeah.
And so, that's real.
All right, so let's get into this Nelly clip.
Man, I was kind of tiptoeing into it. You jumped right on into the deep end. Okay, I see where we're going here. Okay, all right. Man, okay, all right. Okay, all right.
We're two busy young men that have things to do. We can't be.
Hey,
every night we can't just. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I dipped my toes into the water first. You just, man, like we was in the pool or something. Just, I dig it.
Considering the backlash that you've received for agreeing to this performance, right?
But I've been getting backlash. I've been getting backlash my whole career. That don't bother me.
But this particular backlash is different. Right. How do you reconcile your artistic choices with the diverse political beliefs of your fan base?
So in this type of situation, if my fans, if politics is above and beyond anything other than
what that person stands for, what that person has done, then I apologize that I, quote unquote, let you down, because I thought you was riding with me for the scholarships that I've been giving away since I've been in this business. I thought you was riding with me for the people that I got signed up on the bone marrow stem cell registry that was all record breaking and helping people save lives. I thought you was riding with your boy for the children that we visit at Children's Hospital to brain. I thought you was riding with me for the bikes and the presents and the things that we give away to unfortunate kids at Christmas. I thought you was riding with me because I put on for my city and I try to bring my city up every step of the way. I did not know you was riding with me because you thought I would ride for who you voted for. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I think what he said is interesting, the angle he's coming from. Mm-hmm. Nelly is saying, you should judge me by my actions as far as the things that I've done now in the community, which, you know, he's done a lot of good. I didn't know he did all that stuff because I don't follow him like that.
Right.
And to be fair, a lot of like positive and good things that we're just talking about hip hop right now that rappers do typically doesn't get that much publicity. Correct. But if he was like to, you know, cheat on his girlfriend or sleep with somebody, it'd be everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. So big up to Nelly for doing that. I will go with this is a little bit off topic, but the Nino Brown argument.
Okay.
So if you've seen New Jack City, Nino Brown was played by Wesley Snipes.
Yep.
Nino Brown was known for like giving out like turkeys at Thanksgiving and doing these things for his community, but he was also a drug dealer.
Yep.
Now Nelly was also known for Tip Drill and a lot of other songs and things that didn't benefit
the community
or anybody. You know what I'm saying? For that matter, just with a lot of the vulgar type of music. And stuff that I wasn't a huge Nelly fan coming up.
I wasn't either. I didn't really like it, to be honest. But I you know, at that time of life, you know, I was, you know, huge in the regular hip hop.
Yeah. I mean? So I wasn't. So there was a time where I had no problem with any of the music Nelly or anybody was putting out. Right. You know, you got older, we changed. You know what I'm saying? And now, you know, got kids. I don't want them listening to Nelly's and music.
More than just growing up and change, it's like understanding the impact that words have, especially when it comes to music and like the influence that actually has, especially towards kids. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But to get back on topic,
it.
I understand what he's saying. Like,
yeah,
he wants to be known for the good things he does. He's going to go a little bit more into his argument.
I didn't know that. I apologize. I apologize. I didn't know that I had to agree with your political choices, and I thought it was the things that you do, not the things that you say should be done. If you follow what I do, this shouldn't even be an argument. He's the president. He won. This isn't a campaign. This isn't an RNC. I'm not out on the political campaign. I didn't get none of that 1.5. You see what I'm saying? Like to try to help somebody get voted.
Kamala didn't invite you to
No. She didn't invite me.
I didn't invite me either, man. I was going to do all at home.
Like, so, but I don't knock the ones that did. I don't knock the brothers and sisters that benefited from it. I don't knock the correspondents that may have gotten money to do that. I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing this because it's an honor. I respect the office. It don't matter who is in office. The same way that our men and women, our brothers and sisters who protect this country have to go to war and have to put their life on the line for whoever in office. So if they can put their life on the line for whoever in office, I can damn sure perform.
Yeah, so I think Nelly, he takes a very, I guess, an interesting point of view. So for him, he has a respect for the office of the presidency. Yep. And so, and really, I don't hear a lot of people say that.
Yeah, that's not a common theme in the black community, for real. Like,
no, it's not.
You know,
especially in hip hop.
Yeah, especially in hip hop.
Yeah, because that's like saying, I have a respect for the police. You're a hip hop artist. That's usually two things that don't typically go together. But he, you know, his stance is, what it sounds like is whoever, and I think he said later on, like whoever won the presidency, he will perform because he just respects the office of the president.
Yeah. And I mean, because there are, I don't want to say that that's not really a typical theme in the Black community. I mean, because there are a lot of people that have patriotism, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that I think it might even be more increasingly of a thing than
it's not super typical among our community though.
It's
compared
really not.
to
Like,
the white community.
It's not. It's
because
just
of
not.
our history. But
Exactly. And so, but there are those that have that level of appreciation for America, and that's kind of the standpoint, because he was mentioning the people that go to service and everything else, and so like that's it's interesting.
Yeah.
And I'm not mad at him for it. It's like, hey, at the end of the day, man, we all here.
Yeah. So I respect his opinion. And of course, getting the paycheck is not, that's very much an incentive. I think like Soulja Boy, he was like he performed also.
Okay.
And this thing was like, look, I got paid. Like, I'm an artist. This is my job. He flashed his money up on the screen or whatever from this one interview I saw. So, so I think there's, to me, a difference between Snoop and Nelly.
Yeah, definitely. Well, first of all, you're not flopping back and forth. You're not wish-washy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's no hypocrisy in what Nelly's talking about. And then also, like, whether or not he was just performing for the office or whether he actually supports Trump. This is the part that I wanted to talk about, is like judgment. You know what I mean? Like, man, I've seen so many people that lost, Facebook friends and maybe even real friends, you know what I'm saying? And like family members that's like, oh, you actually are thinking about it? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, man, we got to be able to be individuals. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to be able to believe in the things that I believe in. And you got to be able to believe in the things that you believe in. And as long as they don't cause me harm, literally, or my family or something like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, why can't we have a difference of opinion? I feel like America has gotten to a place where we're so soft that, like, we can't even think different things without people getting offended. And so there used to be this show called, like, whatever that show was with Archie Bunker. Like whatever that was, right? I can't think of All in the Family, maybe, or
All in the Family, I think.
Right, and then that's where the Jeffersons came from.
Right,
man. I was watching some of that show maybe like a month and a half ago online, and it was so hardcore, like just straightforward. You know what I'm saying? And it was a great show. And I'm not saying that it was great because of the verbiage that they used, but because of like there was a level of being honest and a level of like ability to deal with the difference and actually be able to deal with it and get past it and get through it, as opposed to just like, oh, we can't even say that. It can't even be mentioned on air. We can't, you know what I mean? Oh, we got to cancel the whole station because it was, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And today it's like, we can't, man, that show would have been canceled 20, negative years before it ever started.
Yeah. I remember watching Killer Mike give a speech at some banquet ball, cotillion, whatever, I don't know, something. He had a suit on, it was fancy. So one of the things he was talking about, he was championing
yes,
freedom of speech, and why that's more important. It's more important for the person that you disagree with, even if that person is like a racist. It's more important for that person for everybody to have freedom of speech than for people's speech to be suppressed.
100%.
It's healthier for the community. It's better to know who your enemies are, for one.
Yes.
And for them to be out in the open than to be in secret. But like when you start, which is what we're kind of seeing now, when people are starting to be canceled or fired or, whatever for their opinions. And you may not agree with their opinions, but like I have opinions, I'm a man of God, you know what I'm saying? Like
right.
I follow the Bible, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it says. And so like there's a lot of things in the Bible that people don't agree with. And because of that, like they feel like, well, I should be censored then, or I should be fired from my job, or I should be, you know what I'm saying? So
you can't be allowed to say that.
Yeah. So even though
publicly,
I don't like other people's opinions when it goes against my beliefs, but I still, like with Nelly, like I don't think I would have performed because I just don't like Trump. You know what I'm saying? But I respect his opinion, honestly.
I do too.
And again, with Snoop, like I don't have a problem with somebody believing one way and then later on doing something different. But my thing is, you got to explain that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you have influence and you said these things
Yep.
about anybody who was going to be put in this position, and then for you to just swap it and act like you didn't say that.
Yeah.
And try to be like, oh, I'm about love. Like, no, you got to address that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's,
I definitely agree with that.
so
I definitely agree with that.
that's kind of my different views just between them two.
Yeah. Yeah. That's 100% real. I was looking at the Snoop portion of it from the change part, not necessarily the accountability part, but that accountability part I think is even bigger than everything else.
Yeah.
But I do think that as a whole, our society doesn't really gravitate. I don't think anybody gravitates towards change. We don't have the appreciation that's necessary for it.
Yeah. I think people should be allowed to change.
Yeah, I agree. You can't hold somebody to their, I mean, you can, but like there's no forgiveness in that.
Yeah. And so when I say that, I try to include the whole spectrum of people.
Yes.
Including myself.
Yep.
So try to, like I do my best to hold everybody to the same standard. Because there's some things where somebody does something and it emotionally, it does something, it pushes a button, and then I don't care about that person's change of heart or whatever. It's like, I don't like you, bro, from what you did.
Right.
We can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, that's not biblical. And two, like, you got to put the same standard you hold with somebody else. It's the same standard you're going to hold yourself by. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, like when Paula Dean, was it Paula Dean? Yeah, back in the day.
Called somebody an N-word or something like that.
Called somebody an N-word.
Yeah.
So here's what I didn't like about that. It was so many people acting like they never said the N-word back in 50s, 60s, 70s. I'm pretty sure most white people did. You know what I'm saying? Like, just keep it a buck. But like, that wasn't who she was now.
Right.
And really, she probably shouldn't have admitted to saying that.
Yeah, they didn't have it on tape.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So if you ever said the N-word, just don't tell nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't got to be that honest. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? But I think she deserved. Now, if you hear that and you don't want to eat at a restaurant, that's that's your prerogative. Like, you got the right to like not patronize somebody's business because you don't like them or whatever. So, but yeah, man, like I don't want to be held by the things I did 20 years ago.
Man, none of us do, to be honest. You know what I mean? There's and we all have made mistakes, and hopefully, in life you grow beyond them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But
hopefully, if somebody does question me on something I did or said years back, and that's not me anymore, that I will be able to articulate,
hey, I did this thing then, but this is where I am now.
Right.
Or, I might have bought into that once upon a time, but, this is.
And not just pretending that
nothing happened.
I never sinned before.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Which is the stance that Snoop just took.
Basically.
Yeah. That is kind of whack. And it's kind of spineless.
It is. Sorry, Snoop.
I said it. I'm not sorry.
Not sorry. All right. I think we're good, man.
Yeah. So, look, to wrap it all up, take accountability. Take accountability for your lives, for your actions. Don't depend on other people's opinions. Operate from a place of forgiveness, because that's the more important thing of all of it. And that's what Christ calls us to do. And that's what we're out here championing. So that's how you say it smooth right there. That was nice.
That was super smooth.
So I'm surprised I did that, actually. But look, yo, till next time, man, make it a great day. Make it a great week, yo, and get busy.
Peace out.
And got busy!